Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever your time zone is. Welcome to Mindful Mommies. This webcast is aimed at helping all our mommies out there or soon to be mommies to take care of ourselves. Why did we name it as Mindful Mommies? Because we want to enjoy the moment. Minsan lang tayong magiging mommy. It's not forever that we're going to be a mommy or a parent. Soon enough, after, 20 years, 25 years, they have their lives of their own. So, we might as well enjoy the moment. Pero paano nga ba kung may mga sigawan at ingay sa loob ng bahay? Today, in Mindful Mommies, let's talk about 5 tips on how to control yelling at our kids. Take note of our title po ha. It's controlling our yelling. Hindi naman talaga mangyayari na 100% hindi mo na mapapagalitan ng iyong anak. But how do we control our yelling? Because alam natin na hindi talaga maganda ito. Every one of us would want to be the best moms in the whole world. Pero paano mo gagawin ito if your kids, especially the little ones or your teenagers, are testing your patience? It's impossible not to lose our temper. Parenting, becoming mommy is really very exhausting to the point that we are already sometimes at the top of our voices, and sometimes we also reach our breaking point. So today in Mindful Mommies, I would like to share with you 5 tips, simpleng mga pamamaraan on how to control yelling at our kids. If you're ready, I am ready. So please take down our notes and please share this link to all of our friends. Number one po is know the effects. Bakit mo nga ba kokontrolin ng isang bagay na hindi mo naman alam kung gaano ito kabuti or gaano ito nakakasama? Let's know the effects of yelling at our children. Naalala mo ba nung ikaw, mommy, ay pinapagalitan ng mommy mo or ng daddy mo? Was it nice? Was it a nice experience? 'Di ba, hindi maganda? Kahit nga ngayon kapag meron kang kalaban o may kainitan ka ng ulo, the feeling is not good. Paano pa po kaya yung little ones or yung nagti-teenager nating mga anak na hinahanap pa kung sino sila, dadagdagan pa ng stress ng ating mga pagsigaw or even pagtaas ng boses. Yelling can have lasting impact on our kids. It affects their personality and even their well-being. At let me remind you, mommies, hindi short-term, kung hindi long-term ang effects ng yelling. So let's know some of the long-lasting effects of yelling. Sabi po ng ibang mga studies, in Michigan, Pennsylvania, it can lead to aggressive behavior. Siyempre, kung gano'n ang lagi mong naririnig, most likely, ma-embed yun sa system mo and it will be copied also. So kung ang mommy ay sumisigaw, malamang ang mga bata rin ay magkakaroon ng aggressive behavior. Maybe not now, but eventually, yes. Shouting also can make our kids feel depressed. Yung tipong down na down, sobrang baba ng tingin sa kanilang mga sarili. These are part of the psychological pain. And it has been proven time and time, lalo po sa ganitong panahon, ang dami-dami na pong nade-depress dahil nakakulong. Once again, ECQ na naman susunod na mga araw. So, anong gagawin? Tapos sa loob ng bahay, which supposed to be a safe haven, andun masisigawan at ano yung sinasabi ng anak natin? Wala na silang ginawang tama. Eventually also, part of the effects of yelling at our children, it has an effect on the brain development. Narinig po ninyo yung pasok sa kaliwang tenga, labas sa kanang tenga? It happens when we constantly shout at our child. It affects our brain. Pumapasok sa tenga, pero what enters into our ears goes into our mind. Kaya po natitrigger yung tinatawag na child's flight, fight mode. It's either lalabanan ka niya or gagawa siya ng way to shelter himself para hindi ka niya marinig. So ito ang natitrigger nito ay ang brain development ng ating mga anak. So please, mindful mommies, be present at the moment. Think about the long-term effects ng itataas ng boses natin, isisigaw natin, at kapag naging conscious na tayo dito, maniniwala po ba kayo sa hindi, nakokontrol ang mga emosyon. Naalala nyo when you were on the phone, galit na galit ka sa anak mo. Tapos biglang merong tumawag. Tapos sabi mo, hello? Yes, good afternoon. Nag-iba agad, di ba? So the moment that you're aware of your audience, and our kids are our main audience, they are part of us and they are our main responsibilities. Baka po sa susunod, makahinga ng malalim, maka-pause for a while because we know that part of the consequences is hindi po maganda. Number two tip is have me time. Yes, for those who have just tuned in, we are talking about how to control our yelling dito sa Mindful Mommies sa ating mga anak. At ang unang sinabi natin, know the consequences. And number two, ano nga po yon? Have me time. I am a proponent of self-care. Mommy, madalas sa hindi, hindi naman talaga ito tungkol sa ating mga anak. Bata yun eh. Nagti-teenager yun eh. Pero dahil ang ating cup ay puno na o dahil tayo ay super stressed na, that's the reason why we click and shout. Practice some self-care. It is very important for mommies na meron pong me time. Anong oras ba araw-araw yung inilalaan mo para sa naman sa iyong sarili? That is not selfishness because when you take care of yourself, you are filling your emotional cup. Hindi mo to inaasa sa partner mo, hindi mo to inaasa sa husband mo, hindi mo inaasa sa anak mo. You are filling yourself so that you can pour yourself better to your workplace at ang pinaka-importante is to our family members. Parte ng me time yung routines. Ito po ha, pag kulang sa tulog, toxic. Pag sobrang stress, toxic. Kapag gutom, toxic. Kapag kulang sa exercise at meditation, toxic. So please po, have some routines. What time do you wake up every morning? What is the first thing you do? Remember what I shared to you the last week? Have a journal, magsulat-sulat ng iyong mga worries, emotions, whatever it is that you feel at that moment, those are valid. Because if you are able to take care of your emotions, then you are in a better position to understand your kids' emotions. Part of me time is having a better perspective. Some call it as meditation. I do that every morning. Yung tatahimik ka lang, you listen to your heartbeat, you do inhale and exhale. Be aware of the present moment that this is a precious time and this is a one-time event na we make the most out of. That will give us a better and a bigger perspective. Kaya ka, mommy, you are the bigger person. Maliit pa ang utak ng anak natin. Yes, psychologically, physically, they have a smaller brain and not so developed heart and mindset as well. Ikaw ang mas malaking tao. So that means mas malawak ang ating pasensya at alam ko naman, mahal na mahal natin ang ating mga anak. Part of the me time is to know our triggers. When and why do we yell? Do we yell early in the morning kasi nagmamadali na ang lahat? Why do we yell? Gutom ba? Nag-disorganized ba ang mga bagay-bagay? Because we know that if everything else is organized, hindi nagpapanik dahil hindi naman late, maagang gumising ang mga tao, then we might be able to control the possible triggers. May mga trigger kasi, maybe yung pag-roll ng eyes ng bata o pagsigaw ng bata sa'yo or disobedience, not following instructions or being late. Please be aware of those triggers, write them down if possible, and review them. And whatever you can control, take heart. Because we know what is tip number one. We know the negative consequences. Hindi rin maganda yan sa puso natin. Nako, totoo yan. Tayo ay nagdadagdag ng stress at nakakaiksi ng ating mga buhay yan. So, also, in the meantime, think of the long term. If I shout out at my child just to get his attention, yes, I was able to control him at that time. But what about the long term effects? So, part yan ng me time. How do I improve myself? So, welcome po sa mga nakatune in and please share the link to our other mommies and friends. Maganda po because matutulungan ng mabuti ang kapayapaan sa pamilya whenever we follow the 5 tips on how to control yelling at our kids. Pwede rin po kayo mag-chat dyan. Ano ba ang tip ninyo na maaring mabasa ng ibang mommies kung bakit cool na cool kang mommy, kaya naman ang mga bata mo, ang mga anak mo ay cool na cool din. Number 3 tip po in Mindful Mommies How to Control Yelling is spend quality time. Totoo yan. Kung may 5 kang anak katulad ni Teacher Mitch, bawat isa ay may kanya-kanyang love language. Hindi mo napapansin, nagseselosan sila. So if you have how many hours in a day, you have to make sure that you spend quality time to each and every child. It's not really watching movie or playing board games that already means quality time. Quality time is could be short, but it's really the quality. It's your one-on-one time with your child wherein you just listen to him, wherein you touch him. What is the love language? Is it touch? Is it words? Is it gift? Is it time or service? Whatever it is, punuin mo yung emotional cup ng iyong anak para hindi na siya manggugulo. Kasi kadalasan na nanggugulo, kulang na kulang sa attention. So please know the love language of your child and try to fill them up every day. Anong oras si A, si B, si C, si D, at si E na anak. Try to show affection. May mga mommies tayo dito na very, very good dito. Yung hinahug. 'Di ba? How many hugs ba ang kailangan natin araw-araw? 'Di ba tayo kapag hinahug ng asawa natin, yung stress nawawala. Whenever we hug our children, kahit at the peak of our emotion, or pagkatapos natin silang i-correct, malaking bagay ang nagagawa nito. That spends, that spells quality time for them. How often do we say, I love you? Even to our teenagers. Kailangan nila yon. Kahit na sinasabi niya, Mommy, Mommy, hmm, front lang po yon. But everyone, kahit ikaw, Mommy, di ba? Iba yung tapik ng anak mo, iba yung kiss ng anak mo sa'yo. So, ganun din ang effect nito sa kanya. Hugs, I love you, and don't forget to really communicate. Sa me time, ikaw, kinakausap mo ang sarili mo, kamusta ka, at inaayos mo siya. Sa spending quality time, siya ang pinakikinggan mo. Reflective listening. How was your math class? What happened? Can you tell mommy the story? And when they dare tell you the story, look at them in the eyes. Do reflective listening. How do you do that? Banggitin mo yung mga words na sinasabi niya para talagang nakikinig ka sa kanya. Mata sa mata, wala kang ibang hinahawakan, hindi ka nakatingin sa computer mo, hindi ka nakatingin sa cellphone mo, siya lang talaga ang tinitingnan mo. At kung maaari, Appreciate their good works. Paliguan mo ng maraming maraming thank you dun sa mga favors na ginagawa niya. Sobrang laki ng emotional cup ng bata, and our appreciation, our thanks, our, compliment would mean a lot to them. Kapag po nagbibigay ng quality time, give them a choice. Ano po ba? What works for them? Ano ba yung bagay na gustong-gusto nila? Gusto ba nila mag-game? Anong gusto nila? Kasi yun po ang magsaspell ng big difference para sa kanila. Kung ano ang gusto nila, hindi ang gusto mo, ha? Kahit gusto nilang maglaro at ayaw mo, kahit gusto nilang mag-chess at ayaw mo, try to learn their lingo. And that will communicate to them that you love them and that they are important to you because you're willing to enter into their world. Review lang po ulit. Number one, para makontrol ang ating mga yelling dito, yelling dyan, alamin ang consequences. Pag conscious tayo dyan, mapipigilan tayo. Pangalawa is me time. Mayroon akong time sa sarili ko, okay ako. Pag okay ako, okay tayo. Napansin niyo ba? Pag happy si mommy, happy ang lahat. Pag grouchy si mommy, grouchy lahat. And number three, may kanya-kanyang oras na puno mo ang emotional cup ng bawat isa, nakausap mo ng maayos, kaya naman hindi na siya magpapapansin. Number four, hello po sa kaka-tune in lang at nag-share ng link na ito sa iba nilang friends. And I hope that this will really help us a lot. Number four, sa kahit anong labanan, piliin lang natin yung laban, no? Hindi natin kalaban ng anak natin, kaya naman hindi natin patulan ang dapat misbehavior. Have a game plan. That's point number four. Ano ang ating game plan? Bago pa man magsigawan, ano ba ang pinagsisigawan? Dahil late, dahil kulang ng materials, dahil hindi kumain, dahil hindi na-charge ang gadgets, whatever it is, part of the game plan is prepare everything. Talk to your child about things. Ako sinasabi ko, anak, pag nagtaas na ng boses si mommy, wala nang sasabat. Just give me one, two, three, and just tell me, mommy, 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 or ihag na ako. So meron ng kasunduan. That's part of the game plan. Ito pa, para hindi na tayo nag-chat-chat-chat-chat-chat-chat, establish routines. Ito, magaling po si Doc Toto dito. Nakagawa na siya ng bagong routines for this school year. Anong oras gigising? Anong oras matutulog? Nako, mami, is importante ang oras ng pagtulog. Tanungin niyo ako bakit. Kasi pag puyat, nako, maiksi ang mga PC ng mga tao, cranky ang mga tao. Kaya naman, part of the game plan is to establish routines, have a schedule, and of course, budget. Kasi nagtampo, nainis, kasi hindi nabili to, hindi nabili yan. And let them know about the routines, about the schedule, about the budget. Part of the game plan is to set rules and the limits. Hanggang anong oras lang ba magmo-Mobile Legends kung pinapayagan? Hanggang anong oras lang ba nagma-Minecraft? Nandun dapat si mommy, walang ibang sites. And if ever they misbehave or disobey, but please specify ko anong misbehavior ang gusto niyo makorek. Ano ang realistic consequences? Realistic consequences, ha, kasi dapat related. Kung sa gadget, dapat sa gadget din ang consequence. Kung ang offense ay nagdabog, nag-stamp ng feet niya, related din doon ang mga consequences. Huwag gagamitin consequence ang hindi ka napapasok sa klase mo or hindi ka kakain. Huwag naman po yun. It has to be connected to the behavior that is being corrected. Parents, mommies, take note of these two terms. Kasama to sa game plan. You have to know, you have to discern if it's a tantrums or a meltdown. Madali ang meltdown kasi sobrang pagod na eh. Sobrang gutom na. Meltdown na yon. Pero ang tantrums, nagpapapansin. Hindi na puno ang kanyang emotional cup, kaya naman nagpapapansin siya and the best way na mapansin mo siya ay magmi-misbehave yan. Naku, totoong-totoo yan sa ating mga teenagers. And if it's also possible to redirect a bad behavior, kaya nga po tayo meron na pong mga apps ngayon na nagla-lock ng gadget para mabawasan ang misbehavior. Whatever you can control. You can even pray, Lord, what is it that I can control? Control it. But if it's beyond your ways and means na, let God help you do it. Alam niyo po, effective yung prayer sa me time at effective din ang prayer para sa game plan. I've always heard a lot of mommies na laging kinukwento nila that they always pray for their children one by one every morning. They mention the names of their kids to Jesus, to God, and they ask God to bless their children. Bless and not curse. Kasi po pag namumura natin yung anak natin, ang ganto-ganto mo, we are actually cursing our children. I know, right? Hindi natin to gusto. Pero sana po maging aware tayo that everything that comes of our mouth, di na natin mababawi yun eh. Yung nasugatan yung anak natin, that's it eh. We can still, mend and do something and heal the wound. But the words that we said, the emotions that they felt, nagsascar na po yun sa ating mga kaloob-looban at sa kanilang kaloob-looban. Kaya po kung posible, mag-usap po kayo. That's part of the game plan. How did mommy hurt you? Yun ang mga tanong. Ay nako, maging ready ka lang kasi ako ang anak ko, ang daming sagot. And be willing to say, I'm sorry that mommy hurt you in that way. How do you think will mommy improve? And then sasabihin niya, I think, mommy, this and that. Tapos po, can you help mommy? And can I also ask for your help para hindi na matitrigger yung ganong behavior ni mommy? Maniwala po kayo, if you treat your kids with respect, they will respect you back. Number 4 po, game plan. Eto na. Gagawa na po tayo ng, sorry, this is already number 5. Gagawa na po tayo ng mga positive reinforcements. Yan na. May game plan na tayo. Mabati ang mabuti. Nako, tandaan, hindi nakakatulong ang nagging at hindi nakakatulong ang yelling. Gusto mo ba yon? Hindi, 'di ba? So mas lalo yung anak natin na hindi pa developed ng emotions, hindi pa developed ang perspective, negative ang dating sa kanila. This po, part of the positive reinforcement is let's spend a lot of time just listening and talking to our children while they are in the good mood. Listen to their interests. Discover the things that they really, really like. May isa po akong anak na hindi ko talaga gusto yung gusto niya. And it created a conflict sa amin. Ang dating sa kanya, I'm not supporting him and he's not important to me. And when we discussed about it, and then I said, okay, let's have a give and take. I will respect you on that, but please have a set time. And I will support you on that, but please support mommy also in this other aspect. Give and take lang naman. No po? When you ask questions from your children, they give suggestions, they give their peace of mind, malaking bagay kasi you treat them as adults and they feel so important na kahit ang mommy niya, pinapakinggan siya. Alam mo kung paano mo tinuturing ang anak mo, ganun ka rin niya ituturing. You treat them as people with intelligence and worthy of respect and love, they will also treat you back the same way. Mommies, part of the positive reinforcement, let's not overreact. Naririnig ko yan sa anak ko. Mommy, OA. 'Di ba? Kasi puno-puno ka na, lalo pag gabi na. But please, Hinga ng malalim, tayo-tayo. Sabi daw kasi nila, sitting is the new smoking. Tayo-tayo, drink water, be a plantita, have plants around. Basta whatever it is that makes you relax para makontrol natin ang ating emosyon. Kung may stress ball, makakatulong rin. Say, feel what it is that you really feel. Validate your emotions that you're angry. But it's possible to be angry and sin not. Sabi ni Jesus yun. Jesus himself was angry at one time. But since he's aware of the negative effects and he's aware of who he is, na audience niya ang mga tao, he was able to set control. And of course, with the help of the Holy Spirit then, di ba? So if you are able to regulate your own emotions, what is it that I am feeling right now? What is the trigger? Then you're in a better position to control it. Lagi pong pag-iisipan ng ilang beses, wag bugso ng damdamin. Bago ako sumigaw, bago ako magalit, bibilang muna ako para makapasok ang oxygen at makapag-isip ako ng tama at hindi ako makabitaw ng salitang hindi ko pagsisisihan ko later on. Sandwich principle. Positive, negative, and positive. The bun, the ham, and another bun. If we have to say something to our children, I love you, and when you do this, I feel blah, 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 blah. And pansinin ang maganda. I love you and no. O pipilit pa rin, mami, kasi I love you and no. Sasabihin niya ganito, ganyan, you know our budget, 'di ba? O pinost mo yung rules diyan, o when you do this, what is the rule? Can you read it? Alam mo, mababawasan ang litanya kasi maliwanag ang expectations. What do mommy say? Clear expectations. Set limits, but don't forget, mommy ka rin, may emotion ng anak mo. Don't forget also to show empathy. Mga kaibigan, meron din pong tinatawag mga mommies na time out. Sinusubukan ko yan sa anak ko. Na okay, para makapag-isip ka of what you did wrong, punta ka dun sa corner mo. You know that is your space for you to think about things. Pero hindi ko pinapa-face the wall. Upo ka lang dyan, punta ka sa kwarto mo, mag-isip ka, nandito ka sa space ko, mag-isip ako. Tawag po doon time out. Effective, but most studies would say it's not really so effective. But what makes it so effective po is time in. Let's talk. Okay, in 1 minute, you think about it. In 1 minute, mommy will think about it. Even for little children, you can do that. And then after 1 minute, let's sit down in the couch and let's talk. What happened? I always ask, anong nangyari? What happened? So let them say it. How did mommy feel about it? And why did mommy feel that way? Kasi pag kinoconnect nyo po sa emotions ninyo, mas gugustuhin po nila yun because you're their moms and they don't want to hurt you. They want to do things for you. That's what my son said. Mommy, will you be happy if I do that? Yes. Okay, I will do that because it will make you feel happy. But even if I don't understand, if it makes you happy, I will do that. So kasi minsan yung pinapagawa natin, makokonect sana sa, I would feel better if you do this. Kesa, dapat mong gawin yan. Ba't di mo kasi ginawa yan? Para yun sa ikabubuti mo. Sarado po ang utak kapag wala pong time in. So once again, ano nga po ba ang ginagawa natin? This is all about mindfulness. Being present at the moment. Ngayon na mommy pa ako because later on, advisor na lang ako, tagatingin na lang ako. But while I am in the season of my being a mom, I hope to be a positive parent. And I hope to influence my child to also be cool and respectful. Children need to learn about their emotions. Hindi pa develop ang brain nila, hindi pa develop ang emotions nila. They don't understand the way we do. And since we are the bigger persons, ipaunawa natin at tayo po ang maggawa ng adjustment. Fill their cups, because if we are able to fill our cup and fill their cup with love, naniniwala ko, mababawasan ang panahon ng papansin. Once again, ano nga po ba ang ating 5 tips to control our yelling at our kids? Pachat po dyan. Number 1, know the effects. Number 2, have me time. Number 3, spend quality time. Number 4, have a game plan. And of course, number 5, do positive reinforcement. Kung na-miss nyo po ito o busy po yung ibang mommies natin, pakishare na lang po ang link at pwede namang ulit-ulitin. See you again next Friday. And don't forget to subscribe to Teacher Mitch channel, wherein we teach and inspire people, especially mothers po. See you next week, Saturday po, 5 p.m. God bless you, mindful mommies.
Time for school!